Welcome back to the Marketing Madmen. Trip Jobe and Nick Constantino here with Jaamy and Chef Giuseppe from Kitty Dare, and we were talking about kind of making that move into marketing. One of the key things is testimonials. So, Nick, I think you actually have one.
Yeah. I will say one of the things that marketing is just keeps getting hit in my head is you don't market if you don't have the fundamentals down right. And I think what you guys did a really good job of was you built the fundamentals. You made sure that the service was tight, that the menu was what you wanted, that the wine list matched before you started marketing. Everyone's eyes get big and they want to market right away, but there are so many kinks to work out, and you have to almost have a multi-year soft opening. It's not like back in the day where it's like, oh, 1 month of soft opening, family and friends, boom, let's go.
People want to make promises and they're not ready to deliver on them.
You have to hone the craft, and then you start marketing, because you only have one shot at a final impression, so you got to get them in there. So I think my personal review was, so I walked in, it immediately felt homely, like the restaurants I had in New York, and Atlanta is not good at that. Atlanta is good as, oh, we need a Neapolitan pizza place. Now there's 400. We have no ramen places. Now there's 400. They just follow the same trends because, look, it's expensive and it's a hot market. I felt like I was at home. I felt comfortable and relaxed immediately. It helped that the waiter's name was Nick and he was Greek. It helped a little bit. It was like my cousin was waiting on me, which helped a little bit. You guys humored all of my dumb reviews that I make to myself. I'm like, oh, this dish tastes like this, because I think I'm a freaking expert. No one criticized me for that. A lot of times I get looks when I'm making my own judgments. And the wine was wonderful. And everything just felt like it was like a neighborhoody feel. And I've been longing for that in Atlanta. So my advice to anybody, if you're looking for a place to go, check it out. You don't need to go and get decked out to do it. You don't need to go and make this an anniversary or wedding. Just if you want somewhere to eat, go experiment with the menu. I bet you'll come back and want to try multiple things. There's my review. Now, Jaamy, what would you say to people who have not been to you to get them to come see you?
I think what's unique about Kitty Dare is that we are Mediterranean, but we're not Mediterranean Italian, Mediterranean Greek. And when I sat down with Giuseppe, we talked about combining as many countries' flavors and making a fusion that pulling spices and special things from all over the Mediterranean. So in that respect, it's very unique, and I think we're very warm, and I think we're very fair in our pricing. Service is very friendly, and bring your kids, and would love to see you.
Yeah. Chef, what would you say?
That we're doing something very new, something that I don't think anybody else is doing at the moment. Because we don't have a very tight identity. We can kind of space all over the place in the
dynamic. There's no rigid structure.
Very dynamic. So if you want to try something very new and innovative, you should come find us for sure.
Yeah, and I would say new, but I would say comfortable, because sometimes
yes.
new is scary and a threat, and it's new, but it's not new that it's going to be off-putting. It's new that you're going to
new but still homely,
and which is really important. I think that's what people are looking for these days.
And what I hear, I've not obviously been, but I hear because you've taken the different influences of Mediterranean cuisine, there's going to be something probably that you're going to find comfort with. Or if you're looking for something new, it's not just this one narrow band, like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. I think there sounds like there's a breadth, whether it's the food menu or the wine. So
great way to put it. All right, so let's get to where's the name Kitty Dare come from?
1980, UNCG. I lived in a house where all got boys downstairs and girls upstairs, and Kitty was the only woman that would come down party with the guys. And we had a very long friendship, almost 40 years. Unfortunately, she passed away of ovarian cancer in 2017. And I was with her the last few months as much as I could. And her first name was Kitty, and her middle name was Dare. And she was from Beaufort, North Carolina. And both names, obviously, Kitty, a big coastal name, and Dare was from Virginia Dare, the first baby born, from the Mayflower. And so she had no kids, and I figured it would be a great way to honor her, and we would remember her forever. So Kitty Dare.
It's an unbelievable name, and again, just the thought that went into that. Most people are not doing that. That is a wonderful thing. So I also hear that there might be a new concept in the works. I've heard some behind the scenes information. So obviously it's been going well. Obviously you have wonderful BR people, a wonderful chef. It's going. What's the next move?
I would look out for Natalie Bianca,
Okay.
also named after an incredible friend of some 40-year friendship who also sadly passed away recently in my life. So Kitty and Natalie were my two closest friends. And it's going to be in Cascade Heights in Southwest Atlanta. And the concept is going to be something that you'll see when it comes out.
There you go. There you go. So what throw a tease, what are we going to be excited for? Similar feel, maybe different cuisines, but similar
Completely
neighborhoody feel?
different, very neighborhoody. The neighborhood is already very excited and very, very comfortable, casual fine dining. Again, really concentrating on giving the customer a great wine program, great food and service at very reasonable prices. And I'm really, really excited. It's a completely different feel than Kitty Dare, but it's going to be the same comfortable, friendly place to visit and be able to eat there 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, love it. All right, so let's end with this. So I am a 30-year-old person who wants to open a restaurant. I'm a maniac. I'm an insane person because it's a hard industry to break into. What advice would you give to somebody that wants to open their first restaurant? And then we're going to do chef. What advice do we give to somebody who wants to be a chef? So what advice would you give to somebody who's like, you know what? Gosh darn it, I've cooked my whole life. I love food. I love drink. I'm going to open a restaurant.
Don't do it.
What's the second thing you would say to them?
I think it's really important for whoever is opening a restaurant to be versed in every aspect of the restaurant.
Yep.
So having started as a dishwasher, worked in front of the house, and then was forced into the kitchen on salary back in the 80s for $19,000 a year, 6 days a week. But I learned, dishwashing. I learned line cooking. So as a GM owner, I was able to jump on a line and help out, and also come out here to talk about wine. So
if one thing breaks in that chain, you're screwed.
Yes.
Right? People don't talk about the dishwasher, but no one has enough dishes to serve the whole night. If those dishes aren't clean, the whole chain is
so
broken.
important to have great dishwasher. Our dishwasher has been with us from almost day one here at Kitty Dare, and in Athens, I had dishwashers that have been there 20 years because you got to treat them just like you treat a fantastic line cook. Learn every aspect of the restaurant and be ready to work there every day the first couple of years at least.
Yeah, and I imagine that's what most people get wrong. They look at it as a quick way to make a buck, or they know a friend who loves it, or they love food, and they're like, let's open a restaurant.
Fastest way to lose $1 million.
And then chef, so hey, I cook a lot of dishes at home. My wife loves my food. I should be a chef. What advice would you give to a burgeoning chef who wants to go and test the waters?
I would say pretty much like you gotta be ready to do a lot of things that are also not just cooking. As executive chef, like most of the people think of an executive chef that comes for the service, they're on the line, on the pass, play the things with tweezers, say bye-bye.
The bear screwed it up for everybody. And now you're watching, it's like,
No, it means like also, like come in early in the morning, even though you have to work all night. If you have to prep, maybe somebody calls sick, you got to cover on... you have to deal like with all the managing aspect of dealing with people and the scheduling, pricing changing.
Yeah.
It's like basically like working like 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah. And aren't you're improvising all the time? Because what if they don't have an ingredient?
Yeah.
Well, you can't just change the whole menu. You got to just...
The difference from cooking from home, it's like, it's like one thing is like cooking like that one dish or 2 dishes for you, your family or your friends, even 10 people or whatever. The other thing is like have everything standardized, have everybody like do the same thing as you would, like duplicate your job. Probably duplicate your job is the hardest thing to do, and that's the thing that,
that's
I would put the accent more like if you want to open or do something yours, like in your kitchen, make sure that everybody like works as the same way you do. That's the hardest thing to
consistency
do.
is not easy.
Consistency, yes.
Oh, it's fantastic advice from both of you, and we really enjoyed having you here today, and wish you all the success, continued success with Kitty Dare, and also with the new venture. So if you're down in the Inman Park Arena, give Kitty Dare a try. So you've been listening to the Marketing Madmen on Extra 106.3. We'll be back next week.